Das Greenfield Festival 2015. Eine von der letzten Bands, die hier an diesem Festival spielen wird, das ist All Time Low. Und jetzt haben wir hier noch mit Jack und Ryan. Jack, Ryan, nice having you here.
It's terrifying because you could have said anything about our band just then, like horrible, and we wouldn't know.
I actually did something very horrible stuff, like the worst band here, All Time Low, like the worst band at the Greenfield Festival are here next to me, and I don't want to do this interview, but I have to do this interview.
And we're like, hi!
That's right.
Thanks for having us.
All right, also, we are here now in the backstage. I don't know, I mean, how is it for you?
Very beautiful, right?
Very wide, a nice lamp.
Yeah, we got a lamp, we got a TV fridge.
Whenever we have friends come out to shows, or like whenever you watch movies, they're like, can you give me a backstage pass? And we're always just like, you don't want it. Like, there's nothing cool about this.
But what did you do in the time? What did you do in your spare time? Because you'll be playing at the very end of the festival.
Yeah.
You'll be closing the festivals in a kind of way. So what did you do in the time when you're here until you play? Except, of course, for stupid interviews and some stupid walking around backstage stuff.
That's about it.
Oh, you guys went to the lake, right?
Yeah.
You walked to the lake?
Like, there's not many times where you can walk to anything around these festivals. They're so far away. But we heard there was a lake nearby, so we walked there and got to pass like this really cool town on the way. I don't know if you know it, right there. And it's we don't really have anything like that in America, honestly, like a village like that. And the lake was beautiful. And then Jack got a massage for 3 hours.
Got a nice massage, no happy ending. So does Interlaken, does that mean in the lake?
Interlaken, ooh.
I'm just
in the lake, but
context
That
clues.
makes sense. Like,
Between lakes, is that what that means?
Alright,
that makes sense.
Ja, between legs, okay, gut.
Ja.
Danke vielmals Martina, wo mir dann da aus der Panne, aus der Patsche Hilfe tut. She's got the words I'm missing, so it's all good when I've got her with me. Gut, ihr habt es verstanden, sie sind ein bisschen rumgelaufen, sie waren bei einem See gewesen, und er hat sogar dann auch noch eine 3-stündige Massage gehabt, ohne Happy End. Für die wissen, was es heisst, ihr wisst, was es heisst. No happy ending, that means you must be... It's actually an all-time low for you at the moment, isn't it? Like,
I'm real
no
low
happy
right
end.
now. I need to pick me up.
But 3-hour massage means the whole body, or is it just like not neck, you know, like here?
Yeah,
all the time.
It was mostly up here.
He tried to make it whole body.
Yeah, they refused. It was a guy, and he was like, I'm not going down there, man.
Would you prefer a woman for a massage?
Here's the thing with guys, is they usually get really in there and they kind of hurt a little bit sometimes. Does that make sense?
It sounds a little bit kind of...
Very sexual, yes.
Yeah. But that means you prefer the guy actually. Yeah. Also, prefiert, oder besser gesagt, hat lieber Männer als Frauen, die ihm Massage geben, weil bei den Männern ist halt dann doch so, dass sie noch ein bisschen fester putzen können. Und it's about right, isn't it? I could be doing this here like that, yeah? My strong thumbs. Und here, does that feel good? Stronger? Harder?
It's good.
Even that is very sexual as well. Stronger? Harder? Okay. Anyway, All Time Low, it's not an All Time Low at the moment because this year your new album came out. Future Hearts, the name, and it came out in April. And can you say it's the best album yet, especially when you look at the charts?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's our biggest yet.
It's our biggest yet, and you've got to hope any band that puts out a new record thinks it's their best record yet, even if they're just saying it. But we actually believe it, and yeah, the response to it has been amazing, whether it's sales or what we're doing live because of it. So yeah, by far, it's the best yet.
I mean, you were number 2 in the American Billboard Top 200 in the album charts, and number 1 in England, which means quite a lot.
Yes.
And then even in England, you went on to do a big concert at the Wembley. I mean, what is that kind of feeling? And especially they did a DVD. That means you were filming for a DVD. Is it different when you know it's going to be on a disc forever?
Absolutely.
You like smile more, like.
So it's so nerve-wracking because if Wembley would have been just a normal show, I don't think I'd be that nervous for it.
No, it's a huge show, but it's our show. Like the fans are there.
Yeah.
But
the fact that it's permanent and forever, it's a little nerve-wracking. You get nervous.
We'll have you know that. Well, actually, I don't want to say that because we might fix it, so never mind.
Oh, yeah.
No, you can't start saying things and then don't
Alex,
say them.
the second song, we had a pretty big mess up, but we'll see if it stays or not.
That means if the people now would look at you and they would even see
we
what
can't
the whole...
fix it, actually, so it's
Yeah, we can, yeah.
So what happened? What messed
Alex
up?
sang the second verse lyrics first for Lost in Stereo.
Okay.
It's the first song you come on, you're kind of like, okay, you can tell how the show's going to be really within one song. How you feel, how the crowd is. And we're like, oh, this is great. Second song, I'm like, wait a second, that's not right. And I started playing the wrong thing as well. I started playing the second verse drum part instead of the first. So from there, it just was a
But like,
train wreck.
would like a normal kind of guy who doesn't play an instrument and doesn't, listen to music, notice what happened?
No, except for lyrics.
I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't even know until the show was over and they told me.
Yeah,
I didn't
unless you
know.
know the lyrics, which neither of us do, you wouldn't have noticed.
Ja.
Also, sind jetzt da mit dem neuen Album am Start. Future Hearts ist in Amerika auf Platz 2 der Albumcharts und in England sogar auf Platz 1, also wirklich da oben. Und sie haben dann sogar noch im Wembley ein Konzert spielen, das auf Band aufgenommen worden ist. Das heisst, meine Frage war natürlich, sind sie deswegen nervöser gewesen? Und sie gefunden, eigentlich schon, aber noch dümmer ist, dass sie einen kleinen Fehler hatten. Und ja gut, der normale Zuschauer wird es gar nicht merken, aber es sind ein paar Strophen verwechselt, wie auch die Teile dann vom Spiel. Das heisst, Schlagzeug und alles ist halt ein bisschen anders gewesen. So I was keeping on saying very horrible things about your band now.
Yeah.
So just so you know, I was, I'm just kidding.
We assume.
It's my best friend right here.
Anyway, so I mean, when we talk about big mess ups, just yesterday evening it was a big mess up at the Foo Fighters concert in
I
Sweden.
just heard about this.
What happened?
You only just heard.
He broke his leg, yeah?
He fell off the stage, broke his leg.
He fell off the stage?
He fell off the stage down into the pit, and then he broke his leg. And then the big thing about it is that he went on stage again afterwards, and they, put all the stuff around his leg, and he kept on singing.
It's unbelievable.
Would
That's
you
Dave.
keep on singing
Hell
and
no.
playing?
No, I'd be like, ah! Can I curse?
Yeah, anyway.
I'm like, I fucking broke my leg. Like, I'm going home. Cancel the tour.
There are times when we're like, I don't know, man. I got a headache. Like, do we have to do this? So no, with a broken leg, in no way. But then again, we're not Dave Grohl.
Yeah, he is.
Oh.
He is the god.
Right.
He's a god. The only gods can actually keep on playing when they break their leg because it doesn't hurt. They just keep on playing
How
as if
drunk do you
nothing
have to be
happens.
to like just keep doing that,
You
or
know,
on like
I don't know.
painkillers?
Dave Grohl being drunk.
Then again, how drunk do you have to be to fall off the front of the stage on a Foo Fighters stage, which is probably the size.
Is there anything that happened to you once that goes like in a similar direction, like not breaking a leg?
Yeah,
but,
we've had 3 different incidents, but only 2 of which on stage.
Alex
Pointing
hit
at
his
him,
head
was
a
it?
couple times.
hit his
Alex got a
head.
concussion once. He went off the stage on purpose to go in the crowd, walked back or like jumped back on the stage, hit his head on the speaker, and got a concussion. Had to go to the hospital. Jack.
Yep. I fell into Ryan's drum set.
Oh, I was
and-
gonna say
I also stage dove and broke my nose on some girl's head.
that's the one that just.
And
It was
then
always the last song though, so we
Yeah.
never had a chance to keep playing.
But we would have.
Yeah, we totally would have though.
get the girl on stage, blood all over her head
Yeah.
because it comes out of your nose. It crazy shit.
It was-
But then you just keep on playing. I mean, I guess if you would break a nose,
I think you
stop.
keep
Yeah.
on playing.
I
can't
mean,
sing,
unless
though.
I like lost a limb or something, I think I'd still play. Yeah. In which case, I might have to tap out at that point.
it's okay. If you fall over, you fall over. It just happens. I think it's just kind of a, let's say rock and roll, but how it is, sex, drugs, and whatever. Just do the
Sex,
stuff.
drugs,
Just-
and dismemberment.
Yeah. Also, ihr habt es vielleicht auch mitbekommen, oder sicher haben es mitbekommen, es war überall in den Medien, gewesen. Dave Grohl, Foo Fighters, geht von der Bühne. Und die Frage war natürlich, nachdem wir vorher über andere Schwierigkeiten geredet haben, die an Konzerten passieren können, ist bei Ihnen auch schon mal so etwas passiert? Und tatsächlich haben wir auch schon ein paar Unfälle gehabt. Der Sänger, der schon mal seinen Kopf angeschlagen hat und darum nicht bewusstlos war, aber doch einfach so ein bisschen nicht gerade direkt weitermachen konnte, wie auch er da, wo mal seine Nase gebrochen hat, weil er stage-dived ist und seine Nase angeschlagen hat auf den Kopf von einer jungen Dame, glaube ich. Did you say sorry to the girl you jumped on?
Yeah, I don't know which one it was. It was like I was,
To him. Her head was in the way.
yeah, I was just like kind of like crowd surfing back out, like my blood just going on everyone. They're all like, ah! It's like a horror movie.
Because I was still playing. We were doing "Damn It" by Blink-182.
Yeah, and Mark Hoppus wrote us the next day.
Did he?
Yeah.
Ah, that's cool.
What, sorry?
We were playing "Damn It"
Huh?
by Blink-182. It's like we used to close with it. And I remember seeing Jack, because he was crowd surfing, being pulled back in from our tour manager, and just seeing his face blooded. I was like, oh my God. It's kind of scary.
And the next day, yeah, Mark Hoppus wrote an article about it.
Ah, all right.
Yeah.
Okay, now I understood. Okay, well, that's cool, I guess.
Yeah.
Now, anyway, you'll be here at the Greenfield Festival playing later on. And I must say, this year, I've got a lot of metal bands playing. Is it also music you like to listen to, or is it more like, okay, I'm going to go outside and have a look at the lake?
It's
you
music
know.
we could. None of us are real, like, we're not big metal fans. We respect the hell out of it because we could never do a second of what they play. But the cool thing is you get to play with bands like Lagwagon's playing right before us on our stage, which is awesome. Our friends in Gaslight Anthem are playing. But no, none of us really grew up listening to metal. We were always like punk kids, pop punk kids. So
And when you say your friends Gaslight Anthem, means you like your friends or just
yeah,
know each other?
Yeah.
we know each other from doing these. We've been doing these festivals for a couple years now, and we've always kind of you kind of seek out American bands that you can hang out with and talk to because not everyone speaks English and you don't know a lot of people. So Gaslight's always been really cool to us, and we know a bunch of their crew, and yeah, it's a good time.
Americans try to keep together in this.
No.
A lot of good time. No, I'm joking. I know what.
All
I know what.
the-
Although I must say, a lot of European people do know how to speak English, so
No, they
you
all
give
do.
it a go. Like,
They're yeah,
some,
it's very true.
some Swedish band or some Swiss band, maybe even.
Most of the Swedish Swiss bands and European bands are metal bands, and they look scary and they're intimidating. So we
Yeah, we're actually scared to walk up to them. They've all been very nice,
Yeah.
super nice.
but like
They come up like dun 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 dun. Hello, pleased to meet you.
Yeah, the heavier the band, the nicer the guy.
I guess so, yeah. That might be something.
So we're dicks.
Yeah, we're just huge dicks.
Also, wir haben herausgefunden, Kollegen von Gaslight Anthem, die dann auch noch später spielen werden, da am Greenfield. Ich würde nicht sagen bei uns im Greenfield, aber am Greenfield Festival 2015. Es hat fast ein bisschen so getönt, als ob sie gesagt haben, dass die Amerikaner einmal zusammenhängen, weil sie Englisch reden. Aber hey, wir wissen es ja, in Europa gibt es doch ein paar Bands, oder besser gesagt ein paar Leute, die Englisch reden können. Also vielleicht gehen sie mal zu denen. Sie haben aber gemeint, sie haben ein bisschen Angst vor den Metal-Bands, weil sie doch ein bisschen härter aussehen als jetzt eine normale Pop-Punk-Band, wie sie jetzt auch wahrscheinlich sind. Tonight, going on to Montpellier. What are we looking at?
Yeah, the chairs is weird.
It's together. I think you can even put them together like.
Oh, that's what it was. Yeah.
Anyway, tonight you're going to go on the next bus to France, Montpellier.
Yeah.
Practice your French already?
We've never been there, but yes, we do speak French. Je parle français.
Très bien.
Très bien. That's all we know now.
And what about bonjour?
Bonjour, bonsoir.
That's how we met. We met in French class.
Comment t'appelles-tu?
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did meet in French class.
And then you
He
spoke
was,
French immediately.
Paul and
Yeah?
je m'appelle Xavier.
Our French names.
Xavier.
I don't know.
Ah.
I really don't know.
You get to pick like a name. And,
Yeah.
Salut Paul.
yeah. Well, Paul was the only one I could spell because it was the same spelling as the.
All right. Also Paul, Xavier, thank you very much for being here, for letting me into your backstage, your little private area with the wonderful chairs, the nice nuts, and yeah, it was nice to give you a little nice nuts, and it was nice to give you a little massage. All a little bit sexual here, but I guess it's a good start to go into a festival and have a good show tonight.
Thank you
so much, man.
All right, thank you.
Merci.
Here we are at the top of the hill, a hill that's quietly crumbling. Been a while since you dressed for the kill that sent me tumbling. Looking up, I see a falling star and watch its fire burn into the floor. And I am left standing on the
Eine von der letzten Bands, die hier an diesem Festival spielen wird, das ist All Time Low. Und jetzt haben wir hier noch mir den Jack und den Ryan. Jack, Ryan, nice having you here.
It's terrifying because you could have said anything about our band just then, like horrible, and we wouldn't know.
I actually did something
like,
very horrible stuff like the worst
no
band
dicks
here,
at all.
All Time Low.
Whenever we have friends come out to shows, or like whenever you watch movies, they're like, "Can you give me a backstage pass?" And we're always just like, "You don't want it." Like, there's nothing cool about this.
But what did you do in the time? What do you do in your spare time? Because you'll be playing at the very end of the festival.
Yeah.
You'll be closing the festivals in a kind of way. So what did you do in the time when you're here until you play? Except of course for.
burn out forever, or light up the spark. We come together, state of the art. We'll never surrender. The kids in the dark, so let the world sing. What a shame, what a shame. Beautiful scars on critical.
Like the worst band at the Greenfield Festival are here next to me, and I don't want to do this interview, but I have to do this interview.
And we're like, hi!
That's right.
Thanks for having us.
All right, also, we are here now in the backstage. I don't know. I mean, how is it for you?
Very
It's like
beautiful, right?
very wide, a nice lamp.
Yeah, we got a lamp, we got a TV fridge.
Things come together, state of the art. We'll never surrender. The kids in the dark, the kids in the dark. Here we are.
Dann Greenfield Festival 2015.